Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing an interesting new deck from my perspective I really haven't seen being played before. It's called RAKDOS Outlaws, and it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of damage with dudes coming in, doing a lot of damage to dudes going out, and putting a lot of dudes out. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, sometimes referred to as the Lord Chancellor of Winkenham on the Thames, Dr. You Can't Suck It. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. You Can't Suck It. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by the MTGA-Assistant-Meta with a 59% win rate. It's called RAKDOS. After taking a look at this deck and playing it a couple times, I realized it is RAKDOS Outlaws, like an outlaw tribal deck, and I love a good tribal deck. This thing did fairly well, so we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see if we can make it do particularly well. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards of this deck. We'll talk a little bit about what this deck does, and then we will go out and crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here? Let's just pick through the cards. We got card draw, a guy that you can bring back from your graveyard. We've got a guy that when he dies, it puts another guy out. You do damage or destroy an artifact. Creature, planeswalker kill, creature kill. Anytime when one of your dudes dies, then you gain 2 life. A little vampire action, right? But light vampire action. We got ping for mana. We got pings whenever an outlaw comes into play under control. That guy is combo bait right there. Rakish Crew puts a outlaw into the battlefield. And whenever an outlaw dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. So a little vampire action. So you can see we got more combo bait going on there. So we got whenever dudes come into play, they lose life. Whenever dudes die, they lose life. Kaervek, whenever you commit a crime, exit 1 target black card from your graveyard and copy it. And you may cast it. If you do, you lose life. So he's like graveyard recursion. This guy puts out a guy who's stronger every single turn with trample on it. This one gives all of your outlaws first strike, and whenever you commit a crime, you put out an additional dude, which triggers this, and if they die, then it triggers that. Laughing Jasper, you exile your opponent's library equal to the number of outlaws you control, and then you can play their stuff, potentially. Massacre Curl says that whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, if its toughness was 1 or less, you draw a card. Your creatures have Wither, which means they deal damage to other creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters. So I still think this Massacre Girl sucks in comparison to the old Massacre Girl. I wish they just gave us Massacre Girl back. Oh, that would have been so good. Back from Ravnica times. But this is what we got, and she's all right. And last, we got Nixilis, who gets a Popo counter anytime an opponent loses exactly 1 life, which is what happens when we attack with exactly 1 guy. Or we use Pinging Girl to ping for 1 life, which means this guy can get kind of pumped in a slow kind of way. I kind of think that like a New Blood would probably be better with the amount of crime we're going to be doing otherwise. We got some deserts in here, which are going to trigger off to make better and better stuff for the creature kill for Desert's Dew, because it does an additional -1/-1 for each desert you control. Other than that, it's what it is. All right, so that is the deck as far as what kind of creatures in it. What are we going to do? We're going to get our enchantment and combo pieces out. We're going to be putting outlaws into the battlefield, which will cause them to lose life. As those guys die, then they'll lose more life. And Urabrask Forge doing the constant ongoing pressure of Urabrask Forge and controlling things with the controls we got. All right, that's it. Now let's go out and do some damage. But before we do, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrel, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, Please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. Alright, we're playing against Dr.Gazooks. Keep. There's a lot of 4s in this deck. At this moment, I should say. Tell you what, Nixilis and Deadeye Duelist combo well together. Just, boy, it's a long time between when she comes out and when he comes out. She got a nice butt, which will help out with the defense. Don't have the mana. That's what sucks is she requires a mana to be able to do that shot. Come on, man. We need a Prodigal Sorcerer, right? Prodigal Sorcerer. Didn't require mana to get that extra one shot off of him. Get us another shot. And here we go. Swinging in for one. I'll start highlighting this guy more to make him think there's some reason to freak out. Jeez, though, look at this guy. He's so fantastic. Man, this is the guy I really want. Guy trying to tax me. Alright, let's go in. Does this work as one and then the other? Nope. I have to do exactly one. Alright, go get him. So now we gotta start doing, what was it? It's not infect, but the creature version of it. Damage is dealt as negative damage. Negative points. No nos. -1, -1. Ooh, that's good. What a super jerk. Well, that's not bad. I got it plotted, huh? Just keep putting it on her. Can't play the Forge till next turn. Alright, you two boys are going in. Yeehaw! Oh, I can't believe I just said that. Please retract the last 5 seconds of this video from your memory. Alright, so if I come in now, he'll lose 3 if I kill my guys die. First strike's not cool. All right, is he going to block? Is he going to lose one of his guys? He's got first strike. He can definitely take out any one of the guys that's just being attacked. He could totally do it. He could block all my guys to no ill effect on his side whatsoever. I'll hover over this guy like I think I could do something about it. Oh, it's going to pump him, even though it's sorcery and I can't actually do it. Even though you got a first strike guy, that doesn't matter. There's no decisions here, man. They are weak as sorcery. I guess you're at 6, so what does it matter, right? There you go. That's the right moves. Alright, it's down to 4 anyway. We're doing good on life. Hopefully this is in it. Yeah, no blockers. We're cool. Alright, so if both my guys die, then he's dead. There's no artifacts worth going after. We're cool. And then suddenly, he was hit by a train. Problem is, you need him to survive. Because you got to use him to block Urabrask Forge. He's hoping. Anything. Please. Provide me with the ability to keep my guy alive. There, you can have your guy back. And we win. Suck it, Dr.Gazooks. Victory. All right, put against Ats 2018. It's where it's at. All right, I'm going to choose black. What do we got? A little bit of creature kill. Get up to 3 potentially. Does this come in slow at all? Yeah, it does. Black. And it's a desert. Dude, if you play counter spells, we're not playing this game. I see you're playing poison. All right, 3 is slow. Let's get out the duelist. 15. Creature kill, a couple cool enchantments, and Urabrask Forge. You want to start bouncing guys back? Nope, you're just drawing cards. All right, you get to counter that now. Nope. That's it. I appreciate you not playing counter spells. All right, you're down to 7. I'm at half my poison tolerance. More creature kill he doesn't seem to have. Rakish Crew will get us another guy. He's down to 4. I guess you also give him haste, right? And first strike. That'd be super. That's 4 right there. All right, 3. I'm up to 7. I'm up to 8. You're down to 0. And we win. Suck it, you poisonous jerk. Victory. All right, playing against was it Noein? All right, we have no red. I'm gonna look at this. That seems a lot better. And let's get rid of one of these guys. Sure, that's a lot of land. Maybe not. I don't think we need this much land. I'm gonna choke this guy back. And it's just creatures and land, baby. Still, you got to see my hand, and that's a lot. I mean, if you just use your magic black powers to just kill my guys, then I'm kind of screwed. Here's a bat. You can try to take my Desert's Dew, otherwise that's what you're going to get. Nope, you took it. Alright, we've got little tiny dudes out praying for death, except we got to keep Vraan the Executioner out. And it didn't last for long. All right, you want to block? I know you don't. Whenever I commit a crime, though, I get to start doing stuff. Problem is, I don't have a lot of crimes to commit at this moment. There's a guy. Here's another guy. Alright, well, we're loaded up on cool-ass enchantments and little tiny little outlaws. He's still at 19, though. 19. He's got lifelink, which is not great since we're only losing like 1 point per turn. Play this out. Hopefully I did that right. I don't know if I'm familiar with mercenary guys too much. Okay, I was just as a sorcery. All right, apparently I have to do it ahead of time. All right, we're cool. I'm glad that he didn't call my bluff because I didn't have a bluff to call. Or I guess that was a full-on bluff. And a whole nother one. Let's leave you behind. I kind of wish we had, like, mechanical warfare right now. These little guys that need some help. Would help out the line breaker, but the little rogues, that'd be something. Ah, look, it's a desert, everybody. Get him! Got first strike, man. Your death stripe does nothing against me. There is no power in the verse. Ooh, man, you killed somebody. You killed a 1-1. Congratulations. Let's see. This guy can just keep coming back. There we go. That's some unbridled power there. And we win. I'm not sure exactly how we won. Maybe we're just boring him. Victory! Alright, we're playing against FatalPlasma. That girl's got a big butt. 2 mana, red and black. That's fine. Keep. Let's go shake our bushy tail. Alright, this guy is playing Swamp so far. Full on Super Swamp. I put out the Grenadier, but I didn't want to. I want to see if he's going to try to kill things right off the bat. And he's not. Yeah, it's Nick's turn for Urabrask Forge. Let's put the Grenadier out now. And no attacks. Alright, looks like I'm going to have some crime to do before we get too far. Crime! All right, somehow we're doing better than him. I'm not quite sure how that's all worked out so far. A couple Rakish Crews, those are nice. That's right, Gix is going to draw cards at the expense of his own life. Let's just keep that from happening. You want to draw a card? You can. There we go. All right, you got a fistful of cards and cards in your hand. What are we looking at there? Pay 2 life, ward 2, and pay 2 life. Well, that's just ridiculous. Well, that was a lot. Get rid of all those guys. Man, Urabrask Forge, what are you still doing in my hand? It might be worth to put Rakish Crew out. Oh, if only that had happened, huh? What are you doing? Giving people life? Jerk birds? And a miner. See if he's willing to trade out. How did I not attack with Urabrask Forge? There's so much I didn't do just then. That was ridiculous. Those birds are pretty good in a life gain kind of way. Another stupid Gix. All right, come on. Something good. That is nothing good. Let's force him to do it. All right, we have the ability to ping on his turn, but we're going to block first. All right, I'm not a fan of what just happened there. And we're dead. That wasn't fun. All right, playing against Chisco. 94. Chisco. Mulligan. That's better. Keep it. What do we get rid of here? This guy. That is a crime. Right to his face. This may not last long. If it's mono blue playing counterspells, we're going to be gone. Right to the face. Alright, so we got a little bit of creature kill. We got 0 creatures coming up, really. What is this line Linkbreaker? I was trying to break a chain. All right. Well, we're in a really stupid position. Instant, instant, instant. Right, this guy's going to have a Haughty Djinn. We'll try to go for it. He'll counter it. Of course, we're not making any advances on our game at this moment. Can't play that. We've missed 2 land drops so far. All right, let's get out there. Come on, you can do it, Urabrask Forge. At least if I don't get anything else, Urabrask Forge will continue to grow. As long as he doesn't bounce it back to my hand, we'll be in pretty decent shape. Because we got to grow now is the problem. Look at all of his mana. He's just using it to draw cards, though. Ooh, I saw a rock lobster. He's out. I've got 4 mana. Rakish Crew. That's 7. All right, you got 1 mana. You could negate or something. Nope. Ooh. That's rough when you have to start wasting Fading Hopes on Forgelings there. He's starting to panic a little bit. That's a sign of flailing. Alright, I got an instant with that guy's name on it. Alright, you got 1 card. Is it a counter spell? No. He's just... Well, you got like 4 billion cards to look at other cards? Is that the deal, man? Red. There we go. Let's put another guy out. He's down to 3. He's got to win it. He's got to do something amazing this turn. It's 17-3. And I've got a trampoline Urabrask Forgeling coming out on the next turn. Who's going to be a 5? Any of my guys die. Is this Knifepoint does it? Nope, it's this guy. Yeah, you lose life that way. So you're going to lose 6 if these guys all die. Ooh, you give me a poison counter. And we win. And we win! Victory! Iron against Forgotten Blade. One mana, mulligan. That's much better. Keep. What do we get rid of here? This guy. What we got kind of sucks. It's kind of surprising that this does as good as it does. Go get him, rat boy. I mean, we're really pinging for like 1 per turn. It's really, really lame. All right, cool. What was the problem here? Why did nothing happen? At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top X card of your library. Well, we could derail a train right into that guy. That's what we're playing with, huh? That'll wipe out all my stuff. So I wasn't prepared to play with this. Alright, you can get into a fight. I don't mind that at all. Nope, what does it take? Ward 2? I don't have it. Okay, cancel. Let's just go get some mana then. Alright, let's pump the jam. Pump it up. Let's get our booty on the dance floor. Alright, we got the Deadeye Duelist with their big old 3 butt. And we'll be able to ping, use it to ping and cause a crime on this next turn. Does crime do anything? I doubt it, but... What do you think we're going to do? We're going to get into a fight that way, huh? Lose a life. Come on in, attacker. Shot you in the face. All right, the little rat boy. They just refused to stand in front of him. Gain 3 life per turn. That's a lot more than I can cause. All right, gone. Whatever, man. We're swinging all in. All right, we're causing what now? 4. He's going to gain 3. That is not great. I mean, if we get killed, that's great. Because then... maybe we can win just... I'm going to do it. No math! No math! That's 2 points for you. And 2 more. And we win. Yeah! No map. Just a good idea. Victory! Alright, here we are with RAKDOS Outlaws. Yeah, this deck was... I love RAKDOS, and this deck almost made me hated it. But let's talk about why. So the funny part about this deck is that it is barely competitive, and that's the reason why. But the thing is, yeah, I'm okay with barely competitive. I'm okay with that, provided that it's like swinging for the, it's swinging for the fence. That's what I'm looking for, right? This thing is so just little tiny dudes swinging for 1 point of damage per turn. It is nasty. They become little landmines, maybe. I mean, it's just, there's so little damage actually being dealt at any particular point. It is just more than I can handle sometimes. It grates on my nerves. Still, we won, was it 54% of the time? That's a number. It's more than, just a smidge over 1 out of every other game. So there you go. It was an interesting play. There's, you're doing crime. You're playing with guys. I'm not sure they really cared about crime that much, though. That was the thing. It seems like black crime was way better than this deck. The big thing about it was I could play with Urabrask Forge. I love Urabrask Forge. All right, let's just get into it then deeper. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I want to say that Vraan was really holding it together well. I gotta say, Nezumi the Linkbreaker was just so stupid. And Urabrask Forge, of course, was fantastic. I gotta say, it's Urabrask Forge. Urabrask Forge is the only thing in this deck that really changed the way the game was being played. Before that, it was just like, meh. Because we got Vial Smasher, who is fantastic. Other than the fact he doesn't work with Urabrask Forge. He needs to work with Outlaws coming into play, and Urabrask is not a outlaw. Forgelings are not outlaws. So, yeah, the rest of the deck just has its little things it does, but nothing's fantastic there. All right, Urabrask Forge, you are the MVP of the deck. Congratulations. All right, let's move on. Let's see, was this deck competitive? 54%, just barely. Just barely. I mean, you could definitely play it. It was a thing. I'm not sure I'd play it in the long scheme of things. You didn't win enough was the problem, and when you're playing, you weren't doing enough. That was my big deal. All right, was this thing fun? No. I mean, that's the thing, is that I'd get out lots of little boys. We get out the Linkbreaker like all the stupid time, and we get out a bunch of little outlaws. The Deadeye Duelist, yeah, I could commit a crime. That sort of helped a little bit. I mean, really, once we started getting out the 2 enchantments, the At Knifepoint and the Rakish Crew, then those other guys became a little bit of something, mostly because when they died, stuff happened. They were a little bit better dead than they were alive, I guess. And the fact that they would help put out additional guys, maybe. It was just so weak is the problem. Was it fun? Like I said, no, it wasn't fun for me. For me, it sucked. It was like you're taking RAKDOS, where you've got these great ability to kill and just go ripping in and throwing guys around and just being a badass. And instead, you put out just a bunch of little weenies. And even then, they don't grow that much and they don't do that much. So it was just so painful that way. I'm going to say no, it wasn't very fun. All right, well, lastly, was this deck interesting? Yeah, it was really interesting because we were playing with RAKDOS Outlaws in this situation. We're seeing a bunch of crime occur. We're playing with a bunch of new cards, and it was kind of tribal. So I really appreciated that. It was good as far as being an interesting deck that we wanted to play, and we wanted to see things work out. Like, let's take a look at some other RAKDOS Outlaw decks. I think maybe they're tuned a little bit better. Like, the big thing I'm seeing a lot is, let me flip over and take a look at them. Vein Ripper. Now, the big problem with Vein Ripper is he's super expensive. In this deck, we had a really hard time with mana. But then again, there's only 20 mana in here. Like, the one that has Vein Ripper has 21 mana in it. Big deal. I don't know. It seems like getting to 6 is going to be really, really hard. Maybe it has some treasure ramp in it or something. We'll see. I'll try playing one of the other decks, see if it's any better. This one I almost threw away because it was just like piddling along, but I managed to get a decent amount of wins out of it. So I'm like, let's go ahead and show it. It is worth playing. All right, so let's add that up. Was this deck competitive? Just barely. Was it fun? I can't believe I'm saying this about a RAKDOS deck with Urabrask Forge in it. No. Was it interesting? Yes. So I'm going to give this deck, I'm going to give it a B plus just because it was too painful to play. I would choose never to play this deck again. Unless for some reason I was really interested in seeing how Outlaws was going. I don't know. This might be the deck for you. Maybe it's got a good bones to it. It's just, like I said, and it won. That's the thing. It won enough to make it worth playing. But it was just the fun quotient was way down it for me. So I would play something different. All right, so there you go. B plus. If you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have more fun with it than I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.